was just looking at Jamaica, where we plan on going on our missions trip. Since volleyball season is almost over, we're gonna start talking about Jamaica. We gotta start raising money for that, so right there, that's where we're going. You wanna go? I hope so. Alright, so did you do those proofs? I don't have every single one of them up on the board. I kinda started backwards because I knew several of you already got 1 and 2 at least. Some of you even got 3 and 4 while we were still in class. I'm gonna start backwards with number 7, and I know I wrote the wrong letter on the paper. I think it was supposed to be an E, and then I changed it to a B by mistake, so that letter right there is supposed to be an E. But it says given OC is perpendicular to AE. So OC is right here, and it's perpendicular to AE. Automatically, that means I can draw a right angle sign. I'm drawing it big because there's 2 angles in there, okay? So automatically that tells me something. Every single one of these given statements tells you something, so you have to figure out what it's telling you. It also says OC bisects BOD. If OC bisects BOD, what does that tell you? I think of the definition of an angle bisector. An angle bisector cuts an angle in half. That means 1 and 2 are going to be equal. Angle 1 and 2 are going to be congruent. So my first step is OC perpendicular to AE, OC bisects BOD given. My second step, I said, this is my second step, yours might be a little different. Angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. The reason is the definition of an angle bisector. I use as much information from given that I can use, okay? Number 3, I said COA equals 90 degrees and EOC equals 90 degrees. So what I said was this is 90 degrees and that is the 90 degrees. And the reason I know that is because of some given information they told us about perpendicular lines. So I'm saying definition of perpendicular lines means that this angle is 90 and this angle is 90. Next thing, angle 3 plus angle 1 equals AOC. So these 2 angles equal the big angle. Angle 2 plus angle 4 equals EOC. 2 and 4 equal EOC. EOC is that way. That's the angle addition postulate. 2 small angles add up to the big angle. That's what the angle addition postulate says. Then I said AOC equals EOC. The reason why is AOC, or COA I wrote up here, is 90. EOC is 90. If they're both 90, then I know they're equal. So I wrote substitution because I substituted in 90 degrees EOC, okay? So the next step is angle 1 plus angle 3, which is AOC, equals angle 2 plus angle 4, which is EOC, because I just said those 2 are equal. So again, substitution. And finally, I'm trying to prove 3 equals 4. So if I subtract off 1 and 2, because they're congruent, I get 3 and 4. Subtraction. All right, let's move on to, let's actually go down here to number 6. Okay? Okay. Number 6. So I'm going backwards. Keyword today is globe, by the way, and Jamaica. Okay. Number 6, measure of angle 1 equals measure of angle 2. So if the measure of angle 1, stay there, I'm going to get a chair for a second. The measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. So up here, I know those 2 are congruent. Measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle 4. I know those 2 are congruent. In your head, you should be going ding, 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 ding. 1 hashtag plus 2 hashtags, 1 hashtag plus 2 hashtags. That means that angle is congruent to that angle. I'm going to be able to prove that. We have to prove that OC, which is this, is perpendicular to A. Oops, I wrote B, but that should be an E. Okay, I know that might have messed some of you guys up. I'm sorry. I always make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
All right. So, step 1, angle 1 equals angle 2, 3, 4, given. Step 2, the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle AOC. C is at the top there. We know that from the angle addition postulate. And we also know that 2 plus 4 equals that other angle, BOC. BOE. Should say BO. No, it should say EOC, sorry. EOC. Okay, from the angle addition postulate. So I put those both in step 2. Then I said 1 plus 3 equals 2 plus 4. And the reason why is because the addition property. Before I said 1 equals 2, 3 equals 4. So then 1 plus 3 equals 2 plus 4. We know that's the addition property of equality. So then 1 plus 3 is also another name for AOC. So the measure of angle AOC equals 2 plus 4. It's another name of EOC. That's substitution. I just substituted in 1 plus 3. I just called it AOC. 2 plus 4, I called it EOC. And if those two angles are equal, then OC is perpendicular to AE, because if two lines form congruent adjacent angles, which we just proved that they're congruent and adjacent, then the lines are perpendicular. And so that's how I proved that. Let's go over here to number 5. Okay. Angle 2 equals angle 3. So this and this angle are equal. 4 equals 5. 4 equals, I'm going to have to put 2 slashes there. Then I need to prove that 1 is supplementary to 6. So I have to prove 1 is supplementary. So anytime you're proving supplementary, you know you're going to add 2 angles together to get 180 degrees. One of the things you should notice right off the bat is that there are vertical angles here. These 2 are supplementary, these are vertical. Okay, so you're going to have to use those in your proof. Number 1 is 2 equals 3, 4 equals 5, which is given. Number 2, I said 5 plus 6 equals 180, angle addition postulate. That's the angle addition postulate. Then I said 4 is congruent to 3 and 1 is congruent to 2. Here's 2 and 1, vertical angles. 3 and 4, vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. Then I said angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Why is that? Because watch. 1 equals 2. 2 equals 3. 3 equals 4. 4 equals 5. 5 plus 6 equals 180. But what I said was 1 equals 5. I just showed you that. 1 equals 2. 2 equals 3. 3 equals 4. 4 equals 5. That's transitive property. We're showing from one to get to the other, you have to go through all those other ones. And then, ooh, I never finished it. All right, then I said angle 1 plus angle 6 equals 180 degrees, and that is because of substitution, because like right here, I said angle 1 equals angle 5, then angle 5 plus angle 6 equals 180 degrees. So I could say substitution. I could probably say transitive there too if I wanted to. And then, so if angle 1 and 6 equal 180 degrees, then angle 1 and angle 6 are supplementary. And that, of course, would be definition of supplementary angles. Okay, moving on to number 4. Okay, given 4 is supplementary to 6, so that means 4 and 6 add up to equal 180. I already see a 5 there. I know I'm going to somehow say 5 and 6 add up to equal 180. I see vertical angles here, so I'm probably going to use those two. We have to prove that 3 is congruent to 5, so I have to prove that those two are congruent, okay? But I know that these two are supplementary. So the first thing I say is 4 is supplementary to 6. Then I say angle 5 and angle 6 equal 180. Over there, 5 and 6 are equal to 180, angle addition postulate. Number 3, 4 plus 6 equal 180, definition of supplementary angles. I'm going to take that definition and explain what that means. Then I said 4 is congruent to 3 because the vertical angles are congruent. And then I said if these two are equal to 180, 4 and 6, 5 and 6, then 4 plus 6 equals 5 plus 6 from substitution because they both equal 180. Then I can say, well, if 4 and 3 are equal and No, I'm sorry. 4 is congruent to 5 because of subtraction. I'm sorry, I got a little mixed up there. That's because angle 6 and angle 6 are equal by the reflexive property, so that means that these two are equal also. And then step 7, angle 3 is congruent to angle 5 by substitution. Okay, if 4 is congruent to 5 and 3 is congruent to 4, then by substitution, or you could use a transitive there also. Let's go over here to number 3. This is the last one I'm going to do on the board because I did 1 and 2 in class. Given angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to look at my angles. Look, those are supplementary, those are supplementary. I might be using those. I have to prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 4, so I have to prove those two are congruent. Number 1, 2 is congruent to 3, given. Number 2, 1 plus 2 equals 180 degrees, and 3 plus 4 equals 180 degrees. That's by the angle addition postulate. Step 3, angle 1 plus angle 2 equals angle 3 plus angle 4 by substitution. They both equal 180 degrees, so you can just substitute that in. And number 4, 1 is congruent to 4 by subtraction. If I know that 2 is equal to 3, subtract those two out, and I get 1 is congruent to 4. I am just going to give you the reasons for number 1 and 2. Number 1, given angle 2 is congruent to angle 3, prove angle 1 is congruent to angle 4. So number 1, angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 is given. Number 2, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Vertical angles are congruent is the reason. And then number 3, angle 1 is congruent to angle 4 by substitution. Number 2, the first statement is AC is perpendicular to BC, and angle 3 is complementary to angle 1. That's given. Number 2, angle 1 and angle 2 equal 90 degrees. Definition of perpendicular lines. Number 3, angle 1 and angle 3 equal 90 degrees. Definition of complementary angles. I'm just using what was given and explaining other things by it. So 1 plus 2 equals 90 degrees. Definition of perpendicular lines is actually what number 2 should say. And then number 4 is angle 1 plus angle 2 equals angle 3 plus angle 4, substitution. And then number 5 is angle 3 is congruent to angle 2 by subtraction. Okay, and you can look at the pictures and do that. So tomorrow you have a quiz. The quiz is going to be on 4 of these proofs. Okay, so can't make it much easier than that. You guys can do this. I know you can do it. You just have to think about it. One thing I don't want you to do is give some of the people that a couple of the people haven't watched the videos, and I know they've been getting the answers from some of you as far as what's the keyword and stuff like that. You're only hurting them when you think about it. You know, people say, oh, you're hurting yourself. You're actually hurting them, because if they don't have to watch it, they're going to have a bad grade. So don't hurt them. Don't do that to them. And if you're a good friend to them, you won't give them the keyword. All right, guys. Love ya. See you tomorrow. Bye.